Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to our show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day. As you can tell, we are sick. So not a good time. Not a good time at all. But hey, we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna make the best out of the best. And the worst will have to wait. So, without further ado, I present to you the video of the day, which is, of course, drumroll please, Prison Break. Now, we did restart the computer, so what I need to do is a couple of search to find it. Why did I do it before? Because I like to do these when I do my intro. I get to talk to you guys. I get to ask how y'all doing. How y'all doing? Something about saying y'all is very, very fun. I still haven't found in secret the page, but we're looking. So how you guys doing? You doing good? How's life been treating you? I hope well. I hope y'all are having a wonderful morning, day, afternoon. By the way, we're also uploading to YouTube and TikTok, so if it's taking more time than usual, well, your boy is doing more work than usual. And you shouldn't be rushed when you're doing something nice, should you? Now, we're done uploading, so now we can pretend like we were looking since the very beginning. Oh yeah. I was trying so hard. And guess what? We found it. So today, I got a lot of batteries, got a lot of energy. However, could use some more. Jones, I'm making a video, bruh. So today, we're reviewing. Since we got a lot of time, I'm gonna try to do 3 videos. Because if I could do 3, I would be so freaking happy. And if I could do 2, I would feel like I didn't choose you. However, later on today, I might do some more. And now it's not working. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's cold outside. It's mad cold outside, bruh. Oopsies. Shit. Bit too loud. So one too many. Now this is already episode 11 out of how much? 22. So we're already halfway through the first season, which is an eighth of what I have to do. Prison Break. Michael is built a machine for evaluating the time that they have for evading. It's Westmoreland. Join the groups. Westmoreland is, I feel like, CPAT. So this is actually quite simple. First thing that we have is a reminder of yesterday, which is kind of funny. We got it's kind of cool because it sucks because it's kind of cool, but it sucks because we're seeing more of Sarah and Michael. Now, I gotta say, the whole thing feels pointless. The whole thing feels like it's one bad dream. It's always Michael and Sarah. Then they fight, then they get back together, then they fight, then they get back together, then they fight. But in this case, it's actually quite nice because it does show just how hard Michael worked. And again, I think what I didn't really picture in the beginning, again, because I didn't see the show in a while, is you're literally trying to show that Michael, who was using Sarah in the beginning, is falling in love with her. So there has to be this flirtation, there has to be these banters. If it was too easy, Michael would be like, yo, I know I fell in love with you, but I cannot explain to why. Now the scene that we have, and also the importance of the show. For example, we don't know every single PI lesson. We don't see every single time that they have to dig the hole. There's a lot of things that we don't see. We don't see every single little battle that they have. And this is not important because at the same time, we have this narrative. Possibly Michael and Sarah, or more than the Prison Break, in a show called Prison Break, kind of insane. But if that's if that's what the writer want to do, that's what they want to do. So we had a good scene between Michael and Sarah, which sucks because right after, Michael will bring his wife there. We see this is actually a really cool for a whole show. This is really cool. So we have the agent that found them, and he wants to look as hurt as possible. So what he does is he uses sandpaper, and he sand his own face. And the next one is what? Sandpaper using on the wall. So that I actually really enjoyed. This is really cool. Now T-Bag is having a problem with everybody. CPAT who's joining up. Now this is kind of problematic because CPAT wasn't part of the plan. Tio wasn't part of the plan. So Tio does some racist remark, and then CPAT answers like, "Why is it Abruzzi doesn't work?" Now, here where it gets complicated. Michael, in his original plan, we don't know how many people he had, right? If you had two, if you had three, if you had two, then how fast are they willing to destroy the ground? Versus if they have seven, it's a lot faster if there's seven, you know. But there is some hostility in the group. Each and every single one show is 40 minutes. That's not bad. So we got Bellic and the wife of Michael. This is problematic because she's not really his wife. She's a hooker. He gave her a green card. She's gonna give him a credit card. However, this is the ramification, which is important. Bellic knows her. So Bellic is like, yo, I met you somewhere. You got Sarah who see the wife, and she's like, yo, this guy is a liar. This guy is a piece of shit. We got more of the battle, but this is kind of cool because, see, for example, right? For example, let me rewatch that a little bit. Good. So basically, what more people becomes, there's more problems, there's more frustration. What I do like here is nobody has a problem with CPAT. Nobody has a problem with CPAT. Nobody has a problem with Tio. And again, in a game where everybody is trying to bring something, the more that weight you have, the more it's felt. So they're trying to think that Michael, and at the same time, it's like, yo, how come you keep bringing people in? Do you really have a plan? That is something that is super cool because they're basically trusting a guy to get them out of there, but they don't know the person. So this is kind of nuts. So Sucre tells them, well, you have the credit card, you'll get stuck. Then we see that Michael had a security card, and we even saw that he had a lot of time to do the programming of this card. Now, he goes into his personal effect where he has this watch. This watch is very, very special because he had, which is actually crazy. A special ring picked out and a special credit card picked out. Both of these had a purpose. That ring is using a very conductor metal. So the plan is he have this watch that has a big batteries, and what he's gonna do is he's gonna put it on a timer. Now, what he's gonna put is kind of like a landmine. So he'll put it, and each of the time that a guard passes, I'll be able to record the sound. And when the thing stop, okay, well, there's a lot of guard that pass. We have how much time? We have 18 minutes. This is kind of cool. And this is where you see that he's trying to involve Sucre, but he isn't able to. Right? And he isn't able to because, for example, I can explain to Sucre, but Sucre just doesn't know. Which sucks because Michael is a genius, and being a genius is pretty lonely. We see Veronica and Nick, and they have the agent. And he's like, please help me. And Nick is like, no, we gotta help him. And then this is so cool because Veronica is like, remember the guy who helped us get into the apartment? Remember the guy who opened the door? Remember the guy that sacrificed himself so we could be alive? I'm not gonna let it happen twice. Because of that, she's more helpful towards the agent. Because she's more helpful towards the agent, it's a problem. Now, here's the crazy part. In this one, the agent has a clear motive, but it's not as simple as Slenderman. Slenderman is I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. These guys having more fun. So it's it's a mess.
Don't you hurt them.
But you gotta tell me exactly what they know.
It's a mess because this guy feels a lot more evil than Netherman and the others. Why is it a mess? Is he classic? Okay, let's put it like that, right? He's a classic villain. Letterman and Ale are villains in the story because they're trying to frame Lincoln, and Lincoln is one of the main characters. Understood. Okay, cool. However, Ale becomes a good guy. Letterman has some restriction. For example, LJ is gonna come and kill him. And instead of going to defend himself, he's like, yo, LJ, you're not gonna do shit, bro. You're not gonna do shit. Put the gun down before somebody gets hurt. You know, Letterman doesn't feel like the biggest bad guys. This guy is unreliable, and also, what makes a good show is, okay, so I'm gonna spoil it for you guys. I'm gonna very, very much spoil it for you guys. Letterman is a good villain. There's another guy, another agent, and this agent is a lot better. He's a great actor, a very good actor, right? And in Prison Break, the villains are nice. Ultimately speaking, the villains are the company, but the company we don't care because they're not there. Take another show. We just finished watching Lost. The show we're Lost. The villain is John, and we love John. Take the show we watched before. The villain of we were watching Dexter. I miss Dexter. I want to watch Dexter again. Take Dexter. Who's a bad guy? It's fucking Dexter, bro. I mean, so now it feels bad because we got Tweener and DB, right? So DB is contemplating going out and not going out. See, the last thing he did was against Bellic, right? But it's so complex because technically speaking, he helped Michael out by burning the PI, which is number one. Number two, doesn't mean that he wants to escape. So yes, I help you out, yes, I'm friendly towards you guys, but I'm not gonna do the trick with you. Now, there's Tweener. Tweener feels bad. So Tweener is very complex. Tweener, Michael asked DB, hey, somebody stole my watch. And he was like, rumor has it that this guy has sticky finger. Sticky finger is expression to use that, but he steals. So he asked Tweener, I need you to steal a watch for me. And then Tweener is like, yo, if I do that for you guys, it'll make me a PI. Now, technically speaking, this is where Tweener... See, this is why the show is so good. Michael is a new inmate, but he has people inside. Tweener is a new inmate, but he doesn't have anybody. When you're looking at PI, he's looking to join a crew. The blacks don't like him, the whites don't like him. He's looking to join a crew, right? He's not even looking to escape, which is kind of cool. In here, it does feel very bad because Tweener is like, Michael is like, yo, if you steal this watch, there's gonna be a prize for you. And Tweener's like, yo, yo, dude, I'm a join PI. Like, we'll think about it. And then at the end, he ends up stealing the watch, and Michael doesn't give him anything in return. So Michael kind of fucked him over. However, Michael did protect him against Teabag. So technically speaking, Tweener hold him. So then, this is just... This is just bad. You got the government who is just trying to pick at them, but it feels more like torture than anything else, and it feels like unjustified torture. You got Tweener who's doing some rap, which is actually pretty cool. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing where Michael says, yo, you get me this watch, right? This is actually pretty cool. You got one of the most important scene ever. Now this is very much so a problem. So DB, okay? Now this is where the show gets complex and this is where the show gets good. By the way, you don't want to see the sunrise? So the whole thing that's questionable. Michael, the worst thing that he did was lie to Tweener. Now, this is possibly also the reason as to why. He wants DB to leave. And he's like, yo, I'm not gonna leave, I'm gonna leave. So Michael kind of give up. There's a possibility that he